Hit it!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things that are not worth focusing on. I am your host, who, this week, got to move back in with his parents. Hi, It's me, Ben, living with his parents. And we're joined, as always, by a man who stretched his arms open wide and welcomed a new member of the family. It's Noah.
It's my parents. They're moving in with me.
Yay! What a time to be alive. They got kicked out of their house. No, Noah. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But thank you all so much for listening to Noodles at Noon. You can listen to us anywhere, including noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
Or anywhere podcasts are available, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Anchor, and coming to you live this week from, if you flush all the toilets in a Walmart bathroom at one time, it will make the Noodles at Noon sound waves. Get it? Waves.
Waves.
That was toilet humor.
I think I'm going to keep that toilet humor we made at the beginning of the show in, just like the intro.
What toilet humor do we make?
Are you serious?
Have I already forgotten about what I... Oh, that one. Was that on this recording or the other recording that we don't have?
I think it was on this one.
Okay. I actually saved that recording too. Anyway, well, thank you all so much for being here. Super stoked to have you. Welcome back, Noah. Thanks for being here. Super great to have you. Happy late night Noodles at Noon, because we are totally not recording this at 9:02 p.m. as most people do.
And whose fault was that? It was mine. The local brewery that I went to dinner at with my family. It was a nice long dinner, but it was very long, and I kept having to text Ben, "Hey, let's do 7:30."
Yeah,
hey,
I'm gonna go back through his text messages and just read all the text messages that he sent. Let's see. We've got. Well, we originally decided to do 7, and then he sent me some pictures of stuff. And then he said, "Hey, would you mind if we started at 7:30?" I said, "Sounds good to me." And then he said, "Dude, I'm sorry. Can we do 8? The food is still not here." And I said, "Dude, no worries. Do what you need." And after I sent that, he said, "Okay, we're finally leaving in like 10. 8:30?"
To which Ben just stopped replying to me.
And then I just stopped replying because I was like, maybe if I stop replying, he won't move the time back. Because every time I
feel
reply,
like he has to keep this commitment.
Exactly. But he also said, "I'm the worst," which you are not. And then he also said, "You can beat me if you'd like. You have my permission." And that I'm going to hold you to. And we're going to have our first ever podcast flogging here in a couple minutes. So.
Oh, sweet. Are you going to drive over here?
I'm going to drive over. I'm just going to make you entertain the people while I drive to your house. Say hi to Jesse and then the new member of your family. Go straight up the stairs and flog you.
So I'll just be sitting here talking for 20 minutes and then out of the blue.
Yeah. No. Why are you doing this? You told me I could.
I'd feel like I'm being swatted. like SWAT
Literally.
team, not
like SWAT
with
team.
a fly swatter.
I'll swat you. You will be swatted. We're going to dive into weekly updates, and I'm going to go first because I really don't have much. I've moved back in with my parents. It's a season of life. So the reason I moved back in with my parents, I always feel like I have to justify that anytime I tell people that. And then because I feel slightly embarrassed about it, but it's whatever. And then
you don't have to be.
I don't have to be embarrassed. But the reason is because I moved to a city that was like half hour, not very far from where I like grew up. And then I was subletting an apartment there, and then the lease was up. But everything I ended up doing, like my job and then all the places I volunteered, the church I went to, was like 45 minutes away. And then I would have stuff like 3 nights out of the week, and it would get done around like 9:30 or 10. So I wouldn't get back to my apartment until, I don't know, like 11 p.m. at the earliest. And then I had work at 7 a.m. So it wasn't the most ideal living condition. And then I tried to get an apartment in the city where I do all that stuff. But one thing you should know about Fairbanks, Alaska, is it's expensive as all get out.
It is crazy expensive.
on a single person's income can't really afford to exist. So my parents, they have a lovely room that I can afford.
And they're not using it, right?
And they're not using it. I mean, they moved my bed into it anyway when I still lived in the apartment. And I ended up staying like here most weekends just so I wouldn't have to wake up crazy early to get to church on time. So, I mean, yeah. But now my TV is here. My bookshelf is here, which was here anyway. I got all my clothes back. My parents super excited for me to eat all their food.
Yeah.
Just happy to be here, man. Yeah.
Well, you have the ideal setup of a TV at the foot of your bed. Because I had
do.
that
I wish
back at my
I
last
wish I could
place.
show you listeners, but like there's really only like at most like 1.5 feet to 2 feet space between my bed and the dresser, and then my TV's on top of the dresser.
And it's the ideal setup. Like there's
It's
nothing
so
better
nice.
than laying in bed at night and just playing video games on your TV.
I know.
That's literally at the end of your bed.
And if you're anything like me and you have to get impossibly close to the screen to accomplish anything in a video game, I just sit on the end of my bed, and that gets me a little closer. And then I can lay back and simulate the rest of the season if I'm playing a sports video game, which 9 times out of 10 I am. And the other,
I have found that with like a lot of modern video games, especially ones that are like, anytime I try to play a non-Nintendo game, because Nintendo games are pretty like colorful and it's easy to tell what's going on. But like I'm playing this Batman game that Michael gave me, and I feel like I have to get up close to like look at the map and understand.
I know.
What am I doing? What do all these buttons do? And I feel so old and helpless.
and like with the baseball video game, it's baseball, which baseball is very hard to play in real life. It's easier to play on a video game, I promise. But like someone's throwing a pitch and you have to like time it up. So like you kind of have to, you can't just like sit back and do that. It's kind of hard. So yeah, another great thing, and the viewers won't be able to see this, but I'll move my camera a little bit so Noah can see. But if I'm ever feeling really lazy, I can just swing my microphone around and just lay down in my bed and record the podcast from here.
Dude.
Oh, microphone's falling. There we go. So this podcast, I won't be able to see what Noah's doing, but I can just lay down here and do the podcast from my bed.
That is an amazing setup. That like I feel like that should be the premise for our next podcast. It's just like pillow talk
Podcast
with
from our
Ben and
beds.
Noah.
I don't want there to be a podcast called Pillow Talk with Ben and Noah. I'm sorry, Noah. I do not want that for us.
It's just us. It's just two guys in their separate beds on a Discord call.
Do you think we could have our dogs in our beds with us?
Oh, man, well, I didn't have a dog, so I wouldn't have been able to participate in that.
Oh, that's right.
But now I do have a dog.
Spoiler alert.
That's our new addition. I know I've been
That's our
talking
new
up a
addition.
hedgehog for like a year.
Has.
And the hedgehog never materialized. I don't know.
No,
I don't
it
know what
didn't.
you're supposed to do. We were told a hedgehog was coming, and we kept being told that, and then it never came. And by the time that we could have gotten a hedgehog, we just decided, hey, you know what? We're responsible enough adults. Let's just get a real pet. Let's get a dog.
Yeah. Not that a hedgehog's not a real pet, but I mean the hedgehog supply chains are all clogged up because of COVID, so
All the
You can't
hedgehogs are off the coast of California.
exactly.
Big
You can't
shipping
get
containers.
PlayStations, you can't get toilet paper, you can't get hedgehogs. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. So Jesse's been religiously checking the rescue sites for.
Has she been
probably
hounding you?
A couple months. She has been hounding me. That's a good one. That's a good one. And I told her, get off this website. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Hey!
But we've looked at a couple, and we actually looked at. We'd kind of committed to this one that we were going to pick up this afternoon, but we'd already said we were going to go look at this other one, and we went and looked at one this morning, and I really liked her, and she was really shaky and really nervous and really scared because she was in a giant pet store with a bunch of other dogs that she was kind of afraid of. And I was like, I was about ready to get this one. And Jesse was like, no, let's get the one we committed to. Let's just do that. And I was like, yeah, but this one needs us. But we decided like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to stick with the first dog we looked at and just take this one back. And I'm sure somebody will get adopted. And there was this guy like hovering, this nice, like pretty young guy kind of hovering nearby. And we took the dog back and we're like, hey, thank you for letting us come and look at this dog. But I think we're not going to take her. And the other guy was like, all right, I'm second in line. Can I have her? He was like, I was really hoping you weren't going to take her.
Oh.
So that made it so much easier to like leave her behind, knowing that there was this guy that really, really wanted her. So that worked out. But then we picked up this other dog. Her name is, or we have named her Mochi, like the Japanese rice cake or the ice cream. She is 5 years old. So she's housebroken and pretty calm. Like she's so calm. We brought her home and she like walked in the door and went straight to her food bowl that she just like knew where it was and drank some water and then kind of checked out the house a little bit. We took her upstairs and downstairs and showed her everything. And then she curled up on the couch and she's like, great, this is awesome.
Oh, I've seen pictures. She was on the video call earlier. Like she went into your room and you showed me. She is so cute.
Oh yeah, I guess I should say she is a terrier Chihuahua mix. We don't talk about that half of her.
we can't say Chihuahua too
loudly. But she's the sweetest.
My mom will come bursting through like the Kool-Aid man. She's like, you got a Chihuahua? I want a Chihuahua. Mom, we have a Chihuahua. I want another Chihuahua. My mom doesn't sound like that. I don't know.
She's like 4 times the weight of. How big is Swirly? Like how much does
7
Swirly
pounds?
Weigh? Okay, so she's like more than double that. She's about 16 pounds. So she's a good size. But also not the size of your other dog, Calliope.
Calliope Jane.
So yeah, we're really excited. It's fun to have a dog around, and we'll see. Tomorrow we both are going to church, so it'll be our first time like leaving her home alone. So we'll see how that goes.
She's gonna fight off some bandits.
Yeah, we mostly got her as like a security animal to protect our belongings.
I too get 16-pound dogs as my security animals.
She's scrappy. She could take out at least 3 gunmen, I think.
She's scrappy in a fight.
Yeah. We ran some tests. She could take out at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, exactly. Did you like the big poofy coat that they use for like police dogs and like run up and grab the arm?
That's interesting training. I would be interested to know more about that.
That's one of the things. It's on the list of things that I am kind of like, that would be interesting to do, but also I don't want to do that. Like skydiving's on that list too. I know you like skydiving, but like I would be interested in doing that, but I don't really want to. Like same thing with getting tased. Like I would really like to know what it's like to get tased. However, I do not want to get tased.
It's one of those things. It's like, I want to know what it feels like, but is it worth it?
It is not. But I feel like with like the dog one, it's not that it's painless, but I mean, I don't know.
I went down a rabbit hole a few months ago and started watching like a bunch of car chase videos on YouTube. And the ones that I found really interesting were the ones where the guy who's the guy who's running away in the car, when he eventually like wrecks his car and he gets out, and then they just release the dogs. And the guy's running and he's sprinting, but then the dogs are just so much faster and they will just take you down. And I just can't imagine like how terrifying that would be to look back and see this, 80-pound, 100-pound dog just bolting at you and knowing it's going to take you down. There's nothing you can do.
Does anyone remember, like when I was a kid, this would happen I feel like a lot, where like we'd be watching the news and it would go over like, and we're gonna join now a high-speed chase going on in Houston, Texas, and it would switch over to like helicopter footage of police chasing somebody like through the highway until like it eventually ended in a car accident. And like that happened like I want to say at least once a month, where like a car chase would be going on, the news would switch over to it, and we would all just gather on the TV to watch this car chase. And that never happens anymore. So have we either gotten rid of all high-speed car chases as a society, or have they just become so commonplace that we don't care anymore?
Maybe they realized like televising it so dramatically inspired people.
But it was the coolest thing. I remember watching this one. It was a pickup truck. It went on for like 20 minutes. And this pickup truck, and it eventually got like T-boned at an intersection. And like, it was, I need to find a clip of it, because I remember looking it up a few years ago and being like, is that something that actually happened? Or is that just something my mind made up? But no, it was real. And it's been forever since I've just like watched a high-speed car chase on the news.
I think this is why Baby Driver is one of my favorite movies. Like, just a good car chase scene. It's awesome. You can't beat it.
Are you looking it up? Well, I'm looking at why are car chases no longer televised.
I mean, do you still watch like TV news?
I do sometimes. Okay, so I typed in why are car chases no longer televised, and the first thing that came up is a BBC article titled "Why America Loves Police Car Chase."
We're part of the problem.
Oh no.
I'm sure that's a great BBC article. These Americans are sick creatures. They watch television car chases for sports.
Okay, this is an article from 1992 in the Los Angeles Times. TV car chases pursuing news or higher ratings. Television live coverage of pursuits in latest trend in local news, but some critics say the coverage is not always newsworthy. I beg to differ. It's always newsworthy. I would love to see that. And like, I know they say it's like, oh, so we can warn people in the area. Like, I'm in Fairbanks, Alaska, and you're showing me a car chase of someone in Houston, Texas. It's going to take them a hot minute and quite a few pit stops for gas for them to get to where I am. So
it's true. They'd run out of gas before.
Exactly. That's the other thing with like high-speed car chases. It's going to end.
It's all about the ratings, man. Remember when our town had Balloon Boy? That's like the coolest thing about Fort Collins, Colorado, where we live, where I live,
where you live. I remember being in middle school when that happened, and like all the teachers had it on their TVs, and we were just watching it in class.
Yeah, I watched it all day. Like
it was
we
crazy.
Just stopped doing school, and we're like, all right, we're doing this now.
I miss those days of like something on the news would happen. You're just like, school's over. We're focusing on this, and like it would happen in public school too.
Have no
I'm not
relevance.
joking. Exactly. I had a T-shirt for a while that said, "It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Balloon Boy."
It was a cultural event in our town, and I think our country.
So ratings aside for like the news station, it was a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
For the family, which wanted to get their own like storm chasing TV show. Need I remind you, there was a storm chasing TV show that was on TV at that time called Storm Chasers that was awesome, and nothing could compete with it. So I don't know what these people were thinking.
I don't know. I wonder. Last I heard, they'd moved away. Like I knew a lot of people that had seen them around.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people around, like in that next month, were like, "Oh, I saw the Heenies, the Balloon Boy family, at Home Depot the other day." It's like, oh,
did you see that they got pardoned? Governor Polis pardoned them.
Really?
It was like one of his first acts as governor.
Was that his platform?
Yeah.
I will pardon Balloon Boy. Sure, they may have been pulling a hoax, but man, that was a great day for everybody.
It was a good time. The parents pleaded guilty to a few crimes surrounding the incident after authorities said it was a hoax planned by the family on Wednesday, which would have been December 24th. It would have been Christmas Eve of 2020, Christmas Eve last year. Not that we didn't have enough going on. On Wednesday, Colorado Governor Jared Polis pardoned the parents in the so-called Balloon Boy accident.
Wow. That's interesting.
This is what Polis said. He said, in the case of Richard and Mayumi Heaney, the Balloon Boy parents, we are all ready to move past the spectacle from a decade ago that wasted the precious time and resources of law enforcement officials and the general public, which doesn't sound like a sentence that says we're ready to move past this. Like, yeah, we're ready to move past this thing, which wasted everybody's time.
Just got to get this little dig in here.
Yeah, this was stupid. It wasted our time. It wasted our money. But
let's move past it. I'm over it. It's fine.
Do you think there is somebody listening to this podcast who has no idea what we're talking about?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, like, it was on The Office. They talk about Balloon Boy, so it was like big enough that
it was global.
It was a national, if not international, event.
Which
is funny because in hindsight, it's really not that interesting.
I know it. I know I have nephews who listen to this, and I don't know if they were alive.
When was it?
This
it was
happened?
Like October 15th or something.
Oh my gosh, it was 2009. But if you know it was October 15th,
it was October 15th. I'm amazing.
Okay, let's travel back in time 12 years and a month to the day. Actually, 12 years and a month. To October 15th, 2009, when everything in Colorado comes to a screeching halt because the general populace believes that there is a kid in a weather balloon, a homemade weather balloon floating over the Metro Denver area from Fort Collins all the way down to Brighton, which is about an hour's drive. Was he in the air for like 4 hours or something? I don't know. Turns out, kid never in the hot air or the weather balloon. It was a publicity stunt for the parents who wanted to get their own TV show. And the kid was hiding in the attic. They released the balloon on purpose, which they had in their backyard because they're normal people. And
they were homeschoolers, I think.
I
think they were.
100% certain there were. Because all the other kids were in school and not pretending to be in a weather balloon. Like, yeah, I was in middle school, like I said. And that's pretty much all you need to know. And this was global news. Man, 2009 was such a better time to be alive.
Man, this was the biggest story of the year.
This was the biggest story everyone cared about. Yeah. Okay, it closed down Denver International Airport, the largest international airport in the United States. Not the busiest, the largest by square footage, but whatever. Still very busy. National Guard sent 2 helicopters to rescue the balloon. What were they going to do when they got to the balloon? Chop it up in their propeller?
Yeah, what's the plan?
What's the plan? You kind of have to wait for it to land. And what was funny is I remember watching this on the news. When it landed in a field, and a bunch of farmers ran at it with shovels and started like hitting it with shovels. And I'm like, there might be a child?
There's a kid in there, maybe.
Inside? And even after it landed and there was no kid in it, no one made the connection of maybe he was never on it. They were like, oh, where is Balloon Boy? Where did he go? He was never on it.
Like, did he fall out? I think I remember at one point, like, did he fall out at some point and we just didn't notice? Or I love the Wikipedia article, like, kind of talks about what an event this was. Suspicions of a hoax soon arose, particularly after an interview with Wolf Blitzer on Larry King Live that same evening. So, like, that evening, they, like, changed the schedule. All right, Wolf Blitzer and Larry King are talking about Balloon Boy tonight.
Yeah.
And speculating whether it's a hoax or not.
Yeah. And I remember, like, they did an interview with the family a few days later. And, like, first of all, the kid threw up on live TV, which was interesting. Clearly, you're not cut out for your own TV show if your kid is tossing cookies the first time they're on camera. And then, second of all, the kid flat out said, like, the reporter asked him a question, and he like didn't know how to answer. And he looked at his dad, and he said to his dad, "I thought you said we were doing this for a show."
Yeah.
Like,
he
the
like
kid
said
said
that
it.
on the TV. Like, we did this for the show.
We did this
Like,
for the show.
What? Hold on. What?
Oh man, we could do an entire podcast on this.
We should. After
definitely
the Pillow
should.
Talk one.
After our Pillow Talk podcast, we're gonna do an entire Balloon Boy podcast because we've been talking about it for at least 15 minutes.
The family had also been featured on Wife Swap on 2 occasions. I forgot
That
about
does
that.
not surprise me. How do you get on Wife Swap twice? Just clearly you're not happy about something.
The second time was a fan favorite choice for the show's 100th episode.
Oh, yeah. That is my deepest aspiration in life, is to be a fan favorite on Wife Swap.
I still don't really know exactly what all is included in that, and I don't think I want to know.
I think it's relatively straightforward. Swap
We can
wives.
hear what Brian Stanley has to say this week.
About Wife Swap?
I don't think so, but I haven't
You don't
listened
think
to
it's
his
about Wife
message
Swap?
yet.
We have some reviews and feedback or something. It's from Brian Stanley, and allow me to quickly find it.
It's
is it in
private
perfect.
chat. Yeah.
All right.
So I believe last week we talked about, would you rather have hair made of spaghetti or sweat mayonnaise? And I'm wondering if this is his response.
Oh, man. It's 19 seconds long.
That's short for Brian
It's short
Stanley.
and sweet. Let's see what Brian has to say.
He brings up 2 very good points.
Incredibly decent points. One point I've already thought about. Why am I telling people where to find our podcast? They're listening.
Clearly,
to it
they've
already.
figured it out.
That is something I've thought about. The reason being, why are there advertisings for like ads and sales going on in Mattress Firm? Everyone knows what you sell.
Mattress
And they know
Firm's a
where to get
scam.
it from because there's 11,000 Mattress Firms in your hometown currently.
It's true.
And all of them are doing money laundering.
It's a fact. It's absolutely a fact. I don't
Yeah, it's
care if
not-
this is going to get us
it's
a
not like-
defamation lawsuit. It is a money laundering scheme. Absolutely.
The company that bought Mattress Firm and like bought a whole bunch of other mattress companies, I can go on for a long time about this too. I kid you not, were at one point sued for money laundering and had to pay out a settlement. Like, it's something that they do. Like, okay. Mattress
It's
Firm is a money
public.
laundering thing. No one needs. You buy a mattress like once every 5 years tops.
If
No
that.
one needs one, if that. Like, I've had this one for embarrassingly long. And, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm the only person who uses it. But it's just, yeah. You don't need a mattress. To answer your second question, yes, spaghetti hair, obviously. No one wants to sweat mayonnaise.
No one's in the mayonnaise camp. If anyone's in the mayonnaise camp, let us know.
Did you ever answer the question, Noah, last time?
Yeah, I don't think I did. I think I just reframed the question or asked for clarification. But yeah, I'm in the spaghetti hair camp too. I think spaghetti hair would be pretty sweet. I'd feel like Medusa. Like Italian Medusa.
Italian Medusa. It's a Medusa.
It's a Medusa.
It's a Medusa. Well, thank you so much, Brian, for first of all judging me and then agreeing with me. I appreciate it. What should we do this week for our SpeakPipe question?
Oh no.
Would you punch me in the face for $2 million? As hard
no,
as you
Ben.
can.
I would.
That is the incorrect answer.
Oh yeah, because we could split it and each have $1 million.
Well, A, we could split it. Also, if someone was like, would you punch Ben in the face for $10,000? Punch me in the face. I do not care. If it was for like $100, punch me in the face. I do not care. earn $100? Those questions.
Well, yeah.
Always confuse me.
Where's the breakdown? I mean, I don't know that it's not worth it for $100. I wouldn't punch you in the face for $100. But where is the point where you're like, yeah, it would be okay. Like 10,000? I might do it for 10,000.
Punch me in the face? I would hope you would. And like
100,000 or $1 million. Yeah, okay, fine.
I go back to like high school with my friend Kimball, been on the podcast, where we would slap each other in the face for no reason.
for no money.
For no money at all. And if someone was like somehow put money on this, I'd be like, okay. I was going to slap him today anyway. I just felt like it. So, speak by question. Would you punch me in the face for $2 million?
You might get some mean answers, some mean responses to that.
I can take it.
You can.
I can take
it. You're strong.
I'm a strong, independent man.
You're a strong man.
Are you ready to move back in with his parents?
Are you ready to play the game that I've been teasing for weeks now?
Yes. Noah has been talking about this game, and we talked on the phone yesterday about this game, and he says, Ben, I'm so excited. I have a game for you, and it's 16 questions long. And I'm like, I don't have to plan anything for tomorrow.
That'll cover the whole podcast.
That'll cover everything. We can go on a 15-minute diatribe about Balloon Boy and then play your game.
Just phone this in real hard. All right. Well, are you ready to play Who Tweeted That?
Ooh, it's tweeted.
It's Twitter time.
It's Twitter time. I'm excited for this.
I hope you are Twitter-pated. I have 16 tweets here on my monitor. Now, these tweets all come from 3 people. It's either...
All 16 of them.
All 16 of them were either written by Noah Metzger, Ben Shoemate, or Michael.
Oh, no.
So, and these go back several years. So, yeah, these could be tweets that you wrote. You don't pull up your Twitter. I know what you're doing.
I'm not pulling my Twitter. I'm pulling up notes so I can like keep track of who I think said what. I just had a flashback to a conversation I had on Twitter on a tweet that your sister tweeted, and then a local cookie shop then responded to.
Oh, yes. You got into like a flame war with the local cookie shop.
With Crumble Cookies. I got in a Twitter battle with Crumble Cookies. Fun time.
I did find that because I've pretty much read through all of your tweets this week.
I'm sorry. I have the
it was a pretty involved
Twitter
game.
page.
Well, it was mostly sports. It was hard to find tweets for you because it was like, oh, here's a very baseball, Colorado Rockies specific one.
Yeah.
I think that's obviously Ben, but I found some other ones that I think you might do really well. Or we just got a Discord from Michael.
He just because Noah sent me the speak pipe that Brian just sent us in our private chat, which has Michael in it too, and he just responded, "Brian's right." Why do I say where you can find the podcast every week? So good times.
So are you ready for your first tweet?
I am. I'm ready for my first tweet.
All right. Today I learned flirting on an airplane is a dangerous game. If they seem interested, you have to sit next to them for the rest of the flight. If they don't seem interested, you have to sit next to them for the rest of the flight. Who tweeted that?
I know I didn't.
Because you're not an airplane guy, or
because I don't fly on airplanes and I don't flirt.
That's not true.
I was gonna say one of those is kind of a lie. I know this feels like something you would tweet. However, I'm gonna say Michael because I feel like he's done more flying than you have, and that's something that he would tweet after he's done flying. So I'm gonna lock in with Michael.
All right, you say Michael. The correct answer is Noah Metzger, April 4th, 2018. Fun fact, the person I was on an airplane when I wrote this, and the person I was flirting with was is my now wife.
Hey! way. And you were
I
so
think.
self-conscious about it. I hope you know they're your wife.
I think I was trying to remember if I wrote this tweet about her or if there was like some other girl on the plane I was flirting
How
with.
many
But I'm
girls do
pretty
you
sure.
flirt with on planes, Noah? Gracious.
I don't know. All right, so there's one. 0 for 1. Let's see. I think if you get 10, let's say you win the game if
Well,
you get 10.
I'll
I think
get the
you'll
ones
10.
I wrote because I don't tweet that often. And I
We'll
very
see.
rarely tweet things that like aren't baseball related. And I feel like I remember the things I think are clever.
All right, well, let's move on to the next one and see. This guy keeps leaving my Among Us game, and it's starting to make me mad.
Oh my gosh. It has to be you because you're the only one of us who still talks about Among Us.
But this could be old.
It's not me. Oh my gosh, what if it is me? I've never tweeted about Among Us. It's Michael. It's Michael. It's Michael. It's 100% Michael.
It's Michael.
Yes.
Because you said me. Now you're saying Michael.
I did. It's Michael.
All right. You are correct. That is
Okay,
Michael.
good.
From December 19, 2020.
Michael is the more. I feel like he's the more flippant tweeter of the three of us.
Yeah.
He tweets way more often than Noah or I do.
He definitely tweets the most. Like, look, I couldn't make it all the way to the back of his Twitter, his tweets, because he had too many. All right, question 3. I am a diehard fan, and this is what dying hard feels like.
I tweeted that.
This was February 2nd. Is that the Super Bowl? I don't really know the context of this.
No, February 2nd of this year when the Rockies traded Nolan Arenado.
Oh, right. That was also a Colorado cultural moment. Not a good one.
Not a good one. I think
Yeah.
I tweeted. Did I like ostensibly tweet that into the universe, or was I replying to something? Do you know?
It's not a reply. It's just a straight tweet.
Oof. I was in a bad way.
All right, question 4. You're 2 for 3 right now, so that's great. I met Boba Fett today, and it was awesome.
Noah. I feel like that's Noah, except we just went Noah Michael Ben, and I don't think he'll go back to Noah, but he could.
I'll tell you, these are randomized order. They're not like
Randomized order.
Like
Okay.
I did all Ben, and then I did all Michael, then I did all Noah, and then I randomized them, so there would be no specific order.
I feel like it's Michael from high school. Oh my gosh, did they own? Yes, they did. It's Michael from high school when he went to Los Angeles on a school band trip, and they went there, and there was a Boba Fett at Disneyland.
Locking in Michael. The answer is Noah Metzger, May 24th, 2019.
Darn it. I'm not
This was
smart.
when I went to Disneyland and I met Boba Fett, and it's me and my sister standing very politely next to Boba Fett.
It was when you went on the trip with your sister. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
All right, 2 for 4. Next question. Me getting through college.
Michael.
And that's all it says. There's no picture, no context. It just says me getting through college.
Oh, then that sounds like something I would do because I don't know how to use Twitter. I'm still going to say Michael.
All right, Michael. The answer is Benjamin Shoemate, September 14th,
no.
2018.
I had to have been replying to something. I refuse to believe I just tweeted that out.
It's just a tweet. Because I double checked. I was like, wait, what is going on here? And I was trying to think, like, did something happen that day that I don't know. It doesn't have a single like, I'll say.
Nothing on my Twitter does. Nothing on my Twitter does.
That's not true. I liked your diehard fan tweet.
You did, actually, even though you probably didn't know what I was referencing.
No, I did. I think
Okay,
we
cool.
talked about it. All right, next question. We're over a year and a half into this pandemic in the USA, and people still call it the COVID-19 virus and COVID disease. That makes
is
me
Michael.
sad.
That is Michael. That is Michael.
And that one is Michael, September 20th. Very recent. Michael is the COVID tweeter for sure.
He is the COVID tweeter. And if you call it if you call this pandemic the wrong thing, Michael will call you on it and then tweet about it.
I'm curious what you'll think of this next one. You are 3 for 6 right now, so you're still keeping like a 50%. You could still get 10.
I could.
All right, this one. At Real Donald Trump, and I don't always agree, but this is something we can both get behind. Thank you, Mr. President. And for those who don't know, at Real Donald Trump was a guy that used to be on Twitter, but he's not on there anymore.
Yeah. He a bit of a has-been. Did I tweet that?
And there is a picture attached on this one, but I'm not going to tell you what the picture is.
I tweeted it. I tweeted it because I took a stupid Facebook quiz that was like, no, it's me.
You're right. That's you from April 26, 2018.
I will tell you what the picture is too. It's a fake. It's like I took like a Facebook quiz. It's like, what celebrities are tweeting about you? Stupid Facebook quiz thing. That
One
you
of
take.
those.
One of those things. And it was the fake one that was made. It was like, I think Ben Shumate would be a great president and blah, blah, blah. He's like, the only person to be a better president than me. And I thought it was funny, so I tweeted it.
That's exactly right. Wow. And that was like 3.5 years ago. So I wondered if you were going to remember that and be like, oh, it's me, or be like, who would be the one to say that?
It was me. I'm the edgy one.
The edgy one. Edgy Ben.
And now Donald Trump can't tweet that about me.
That's true. You literally can't.
Literally cannot.
All right, next tweet. This morning, I have irreparably damaged my dad's faith in me because of how much Dr. Phil trivia I know.
That could so be either you or Michael.
So you're eliminating yourself.
I'm limiting myself because I know nothing about Dr. Phil. And there's very few things I could do to further damage my father's trust in me. I feel like it's gotta be Michael. I think it's Michael. The title of our first episode has to do with Dr. Phil and putting
that's
Dr.
right.
Phil on Mount Rushmore. Which one of you brought that up? Was it you or was it Michael? And
I do remember, but
I think it was you. I'm going to say it was you. I'm going to kick what my gut says to the side and say it was Noah.
that is good logic, and it gets you the point. That was Noah Metzger, July 2019 or 29th, 2018.
Nice.
So well done. I am a Dr. Phil head.
You are Dr. It's a very large bald head too.
All right. So you're 5 for 8 now, bringing up that average. There should be a law that you're not allowed to text, "Did you get my email?" until 48 hours after the email has been sent.
Michael. That
Michael?
would be Michael, and I think he would have sent it when he was in college.
That is a Noah Metzger tweet from
Dang it!
last year. April 9th, 2020. That's angry Noah in pandemic times, I guess. Early quarantine.
So did someone actually text you, "Did you get my email?"
Oh,
Like,
yes.
on a cell phone instead of like an email?
Yes. I have multiple people that do that quite frequently, where they'll send
First
me
of
an email
all-
and then
first of
text
all,
me.
Common courtesy is 24 hours after the email is sent. As long as
That's
it's a
what I'm
business day.
saying.
They said 40. You said 48
I said
hours.
48. Yeah. Okay.
So if someone sends you an email at 3 p.m. one day, you should reply to it by 3 p.m. the next day, as long as it's a business day. This is, of course, because corporate America is stupid.
I think that's a good rule, within 24 hours.
Yeah.
On a business day.
And
but no texting, no follow-up texting, not allowed.
No follow-up texting. That's ridiculous. I will say at work, everyone's really good at responding emails at work, but where I work, we just use Zoom, and we just Zoom chat people, and that's so much quicker, I think, than emails.
Yeah, if it's not like a long, big subject, just send a quick message. That's fine. A little. I
like the way my company does it. Much better.
All right, what about this one? I swear everyone I've ever met got engaged in the last week.
Michael. I remember him tweeting that.
That was Michael from August 4th of this year.
Yeah, that was pretty recent.
All right. What about this one? If someone brags about all the shows that they've binge watched, is it called a
Netflix?
Hashtag questions.
That was me.
That was you.
And that tweet still does not get as much respect as it deserves.
It's got 6 likes, though.
That tweet is funny.
That's a good tweet.
That's just a solid, wholesome, good tweet.
That's a quality tweet right there. All right, 7 out of 11. 7-11 right now, with 5 questions remaining. I wish I'd brought more snacks.
Ooh, any of us could have tweeted that. I want to say you. And is there a picture attached to it?
Nope.
That makes me lean Michael. Because as I said, he's the more flippant tweeter of us.
And I do tweet more pictures.
And typically. You do tweet more pictures. But that makes me think it's you. The fact that you just said that and be like
that I'm trying to throw you off.
Yeah. But I'm going to go with Michael.
It's me.
No, why would you do that?
That was me, October 16th, 2018.
When you were on your road trip.
I wasn't. I don't know what I was doing October 16th, 2018. I'm not really sure about that. But I wish I'd brought more snacks.
On your phone?
I guess I could. I mean, I'll go back to whenever I need to look up what happened on a date. I just go to my Google Photos and look at, because I take pictures pretty much every day. October 16th, 2018. Let's see. October. I'm almost here. Wow, man, I take too many pictures. This is a problem. I don't take enough pictures. Remember. I was in Kentucky on a business trip, and I didn't bring enough snacks.
You got to go get the fried chickens.
That's true. That's what they're known for down there.
Yeah. Fun fact, Kentucky Fried Chicken was started in Utah. Anyway.
Oh, that's not okay.
That's just not okay.
All right, 7 for 12, 4 questions remaining. Now I'm making Crazy Bus Vaporwave.
Not me. Not me.
You look so confused.
Now I'm making Crazy Bus Vaporwave.
That's correct.
I'm going to say Michael, because it sounds like some music thing. Michael's big into music. I mean, I am too, but different genres of music. So I'm going to say Michael.
That one is me again.
How many times have you tweeted? Oh my gosh, all of these are...
So Vaporwave is like where you take a song and you slow it down, and that's pretty much all it is. But I did that with Crazy Bus, which is a song from Arthur, the PBS Kids show. And that was December 15th, 2020. So that was less than a year ago that I tweeted that. All right, but if you sweep these last 3 questions, you can still get 10 for 16.
I don't think I'm going to, but we can try.
We can do this. You can do this. Does anyone else start mindlessly washing their hands after getting out of the shower solely because they're standing at a sink? No? Me neither.
That's me.
That is me. You. September 12th, 2019. Do you still do this 2 years later?
I probably do. But like I said, it's mindless. So who am I to say if I do or don't?
You don't know. Yeah, you can never remember. I can't say I do this. But
I'll admit it happened like once. But it's happened on more occasions, not just when I'm like getting out of the shower, but I'll like go to brush my teeth and I'll start washing my hands just because I'm standing at a sink. Or I'll like, I don't know, just anytime I'm in the bathroom and I just stand in front of the sink, I'll just start washing my hands.
It's like, oh, it's
not because I need to wash my hands, but just because I'm like, this is what I do when I'm standing in this position.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I get it.
It is ultra weird when you do it getting out of the shower, though.
Yeah. It's just extra clean, you know. Showers can be gross. You never know.
Yeah.
All right. 2 more. 8 for 14. If someone sent me a vinyl with every line from every movie Willem Dafoe has ever said, I'd listen to it.
Feels like a you.
Does
Feels like
it
you
now?
a lot. Because I don't know. Actually, I'm going to say Michael because I feel like he's more into like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies than you were. Because you weren't a big superhero person.
I have not seen any of those Spider-Man movies.
And that's got Willem Dafoe in it. So I feel like Michael was vibing with his, I almost said Todd Hollandsworth, but that's, first
Tom
of all,
Holland.
Tom Holland is the current Spider-Man, not Tobey Maguire, who I was trying to think of. And Todd Hollandsworth is a baseball player. He used to play for the Dodgers and the Rockies.
Oh.
My brain just got so
and
confused.
not Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I'm going to say Michael, and he's referencing Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin from the Tobey Maguire movies, but Willem Dafoe is going to be reprising his role as Green Goblin in the next Spider-Man movie.
No, that's a secret. No one knows that.
I was supposed to say that. It's privileged information.
Just tell me it's Michael.
It's Michael.
Oh, goodness. Thank you.
So you're still in this. 9 for 15. The final question. Are you ready?
It's the final question. Yeah, I'm ready.
There's literally never a reason to have an even number of urinals.
That is... is that me? Oh, no. That, first of all, feels like something I would tweet. And second of all, is something I strongly believe.
It's true. It's a fact.
But I don't remember tweeting that.
Do you want me to give you the date? I'll give you the date.
Yeah, give me the date.
April 22nd, 2018. So almost 4 years ago.
That doesn't help. Because I knew it would have had to have been a long time ago if it was something I would tweet.
Do you want me to describe the profile pic to you? No, just kidding.
Yeah, that would be great.
This tweet did not get a single like. I'll also say that.
It feels like it's a me tweet. That feels so much like something I would tweet. But you did randomize these, so I know you wouldn't just finish on one that I did.
Yeah, it is completely random.
It's completely randomized. So I'm going to say Michael. Michael for the win.
Oh, switching gears.
I'm switching gears.
Michael. The answer is me. This was a me tweet.
Oh, dang it. That's a solid tweet, honestly.
I found that tweet, and I don't remember tweeting this at all. Like, I would not have guessed I wrote that, but yeah, I thought that was a pretty solid tweet.
That's a good tweet. It's a solid. It's a number one tweet.
Probably my best tweet. Underrated.
I made a pee joke.
Oh.
Number one.
A number one tweet. A
number one
tweet.
You made a number one tweet. It wasn't a solid.
It wasn't a solid tweet.
It was not a solid. Dang it! I got 9 out of 16.
9 for 16. So close.
It's a good
and
aspect
we probably
ratio.
can't play this again because it really took going through everyone's Twitter. It took me like an hour to find all of these.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Ben, we said we were going to phone it in late at night, and here we are, 58 minutes in.
Doing a great job. I liked that game. That was a solid number one game. But thank you all so much for listening. Congratulations to me on not winning. Good job, Noah, for preparing a game that was a lot of fun to play, and I'm sure a rip-roaring good time to listen to. You get an insight into our tweeting habits. Most of those tweets were actually from you.
There were a few. It was easier to find ones on mine that I thought could be for any of us.
Because you could just tweet a bunch of stuff. It's like all of these tweets came in the past hour, and I'm just banking on Ben not checking his Twitter, which is a good bet.
Yeah, I tweeted, love my friends, Ben and Noah, an hour ago.
I love me. I love me, my friends, and me. Who wrote this? I want to figure out the context of that one that I tweeted where I was just like, me getting through college. I need to go find that. But aside from that, thank you all so much for listening. You guys are the true winners around here because we're all winners here. So thank you so much for listening. Noah, do you have anything you would like to add?
Guys, stay safe. Be love.
Make it safely through this COVID virus.
Make it safely through the COVID virus disease.
The COVID virus disease.
The 19th
The coronavirus
ever
virus.
COVID virus disease.
Make it through that safely. Okay, bye. I love you all.